Let's pretend this isn't happening. Hey, the White House website. So we're starting to see it sort of filter down through both federal and local governments. Commerce.gov is a Drupal site, the Department of Commerce website, also a federal government website. New York State Senate, it has a Drupal website as well. Their website kind of predates most of the Washington websites. Cool stuff. I mean, each New York State representative has their own page on the website. It's using different permissions. Drupal also has a really rich history in NGO work. Being used for NGOs. Amnesty International is also a really good example of the internationalization in Drupal. Here you can see the website flips over completely to show the website in Arabic here, which is a right-to-left language. A really great example of internationalization, and they've even flipped over the way that it shows on the photographs. I think they sometimes flip the photographs themselves. Really good stuff. English, French, Spanish, and Arabic. I don't know, would you call the Audubon Society an NGO? They're non-governmental, but audubon.org, also a Drupal site. Greenpeace is using Drupal. Ubuntu.com. Ubuntu, if people don't know, is a Linux-based operating system. That doesn't feel like command line Linux. It feels more like the Mac or Windows. A really nice experience with Linux, and it sort of makes sense that they would kind of use other open source stuff for their website, but they chose Drupal, and that's great. We're happy with that. We're seeing a lot of Drupal in media. This is an area particularly where Lotta has had a lot of experience. A lot of magazines. There's all these scares about the death of print and stuff like that, and that everyone's telling them, oh, you got to get on the web, but you want to create a rich experience for people at your website. So you get websites like fastcompany.com, which Lotta helped with, Vibe magazine, the old Farmer's Almanac, rich legacy of paper, now on the web on Drupal. And obviously not a blog. I mean, these are much more rich kind of websites with a lot of aggregated content on the front of the page, and then you click to go in deeper, and some of them have social networking and stuff like that. Bicycling magazine, Mothering magazine, The Nationing magazine, all using Drupal. The Economist has been sort of chipping away at Drupal for a number of years, and now their homepage is Drupal. Yeah, The Economist, a big win for Drupal, and I like to think a big win for The Economist. We're seeing a lot of Drupal in the music business and television. Obviously, Grammy.com sort of bridges both. I don't mean to, I feel like I'm over self-promoting here, but we helped build this site. The interesting thing about Grammy.com is that 364 days a year, nobody cares about Grammy.com. But one day a year, I mean, of course people care, it's a wonderful website, and you should go there every day of the year. But there's one day a year where everyone comes to the website, and we got, during what they call the telecast, the actual time that it's broadcast on TV, the Grammy event, we got 40,000 users that registered for the site during that time period. And I think that it was exactly a gazillion unique views on the website during that day, give or take. I'm not really good with numbers, but yeah, Grammy.com stayed up. Drupal performed really well. We were really proud of that. Emmy.com, also a Drupal site. This is a good example of one of those, not quite sure who did it or where it came from, but I kept hitting it during the Emmy event, and it seemed to be staying up, so that's great. mtv.co.uk was kind of one of the first Drupal websites that you heard of that moved to Drupal. Again, also really good examples of integration with other systems. You can see things like what's playing on the different channels that they have now. It says social networking. It ties in with all their different, like, they've got a lot of different, like, just integrations, you know, sponsorships and stuff like that, where they need to integrate. So they write little custom modules to do that kind of a thing, and they love it. They love Drupal. They're really happy with that. Lifetime Television, different demographic than MTV, but also hugely popular website. Also running Drupal through and through. As I mentioned, we're seeing a lot of Drupal in the music industry. I think Drupal has really, like, taken over the music industry. Rolling Stones, the official Rolling Stones website, rollingstones.com, not to be confused with rollingstone.com, is a Drupal site. Also, Bob Dylan put together a pretty good tour here, and the Grateful Dead. Also, all the official sites running Drupal. Drupal's a really good solution for record labels, because in the past, each artist or management company for the artist was kind of running their own website. They would hire somebody to build their website, and they'd go out on tour, they'd get to be popular, and the website would come crashing down, and inevitably what would happen is the record label would get called, but they don't know anything about the website that had been built, and the guy that built it was working out some big web company because he built the Grateful Dead website. And so for record labels to be able to standardize on a platform for all of their artists, so they at least sort of know the language that we're speaking, and the people who are entering content are all doing the same kind of a thing. Sony Records is a company that we did a lot of work with, and we helped them build an artist platform that runs about 150 different artist websites. And this is using Drupal's multi-site capability. So it's actually one code base of Drupal. So when they upgrade a module, it upgrades the module for all the websites. It runs michaeljackson.com, which is this site, jenniferlopez.com, Britney Spears, Britney.com. Yes, her website's called BS Weekly. You think that people don't know themselves, but they really do. Also Ozzy.com, and I think Modest Mouse is on the platform, and I mean just all different kinds of artists, all kind of need the same kind